Hi friends, hope you are doing well. I'm Dr. Ganguly. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about a very important topic, and this is about talent versus hard work. And nowadays what has happened is that many parents force their children to study various engineering and technology disciplines. They want their children to become doctors, they want them to become engineers and scientists. And very often, what may happen is that the talent of this person may not be in the same direction, and the parents think that just by working harder and harder, they can succeed. Now, this kind of mindset is actually coming from previous generations or times gone by. So, when people used to work in farming, it was certainly true that if they worked more and more, the farms did better and better, and so the performance and productivity of the whole system went up. Even when people were working in factories, there was a direct correlation between the amount of time they put in working in the factories and the output which came out of the factory. This can be seen in anything. For example, if you are working in a coal mine, if you are working in a particular factory churning out mobile phones, or even if you are somebody who has a farm and who is growing wheat or rice or any crop. Now, unfortunately, this thing doesn't translate very well into the academic and scholarly domains, because here, if you look at the people who have been highly successful, you will see that they were not only hard workers, but they were actually very talented. So, if we look at any good scientist, for example, Newton or Gauss, if we look at somebody who wrote a lot of literature, for example, Shakespeare, and so on. And if we see people who are poets, if we see people who are in social sciences who contributed a lot to psychology, such as Freud, all these people were actually very talented. And so the thing about the modern information age is that you need to be talented and then you need to work hard. So this is something very important to remember, is that success equals talent plus hard work. Hard work alone cannot guarantee success. Now, the important thing where people need to concentrate on is figuring out where they are talented. And generally, a person is talented in some place or the other. Now, some people have talent in math or physics or chemistry, so these guys are very suitable for the STEM disciplines, that is science, technology, engineering, and math. Some people have a lot of capability in terms of social sciences, in terms of critical thinking, in terms of writing. These people may be good in different aspects of looking at society, looking at why society functions in a certain way, and looking at broader theories as to how to control society, how to encourage the growth of societies, and so on. Also, there are people who love to read literature, they like to read novels, they like to critique novels, they can actually write a lot about a particular book or a poem. And so all these people are some people who have talent in the arts discipline or in the liberal arts discipline. So, for example, many parents think that their children should become engineers and doctors, and they force them to study very hard on subjects such as math, physics, chemistry, solve various problems in equations, in physics problems, chemistry problems, and so on. And very often, unless you have a good deal of talent in these subjects, you're not going to do very well. Because remember that there are millions, if not billions, of people around the world who are also studying these subjects. So, by the very nature of the bell curve which is out there, we know that only a small section of the population is going to be really exceptional in these particular fields. And these are the guys who are going to become highly successful. So, it's very important to first find your talent, which you can do by the end of class 10 of your coursework. And after that, to work hard on that particular field, because you are not going to be able to work harder than the other people out there. Maybe if you are working very less, you can ramp up your work, but people cannot work beyond a certain amount of time. They still need time to sleep, they need time to eat, and so on. So that's something we need to keep in mind. So what is the path to actual success and greatness as far as profession is concerned? The key here is that you should find your talent and then work hard. So that is something very important. And whenever you are a student, you need to keep in mind that whatever talent you have got is a gift from nature. And therefore, what you need to do is that you need to hone this talent, you need to grow this particular talent. And if your parents are pushing you in a direction which is different from your talent, you need to have arguments with them, you need to discuss with them, and you need to make them realize that you simply do not have interest in a certain area. Maybe you do not want to study mathematics, you want to study literature, you want to study history, and so on. Then you need to convince them that there are actually paths out there where you can do these things. Maybe you're somebody who wants to play some game, or maybe you want to actually become a journalist. So all these are options which are out there now for different people. It's not that the only career out there is in the STEM disciplines. Remember, the STEM disciplines are also prone to continuously getting outsourced to different things, for example AI, for example machine learning, and even to other countries, because STEM disciplines tend to be very global, unlike humanities and social sciences, which may be very specific to the country or region where they are in. So what happens is that when parents force people into fields where they do not have talent, these guys actually get very disenchanted. They actually have a very lackluster life, and very often these guys become so despondent that they may even drop out of school, they may drop out of college, they may leave the entire curriculum aside, and sometimes they may turn to substances and so on. So this has been going on in various places, for example in coaching centers, in colleges, in high schools, in different parts of the world. So various mental health issues are increasing among the different students out there. So to conclude today, I will tell you that the fact to keep in mind is that hard work beats talent until talent works hard. And because nowadays there are many talented people who are working hard, hard work alone is not going to suffice if you want to be successful, if you want to get through various entrance examinations, if you want to do well in life. And so, if you pick a field where you are talented and you put your time on it, it's much more likely that you will succeed more and more. You will not want to do any kind of cheating, you will not do nefarious activities, but actually you will flourish in your field. So this is something to keep in mind, that talent is very important. You can argue with your parents, you can argue with your teachers, and make sure that you know by the end of grades 10 or 12 as to where your talent lies. Now if you are somebody who is still in a bachelor's degree program that is not gelling with you, you can think about different ways to escape this program. You can finish your bachelor's degree somehow. Maybe you get some grades like B or C, that's okay. But once you finish your bachelor's degree, you can do a master's degree in an area where your talent is more desirable. So that's something which will help you. You can do various master's degrees, you can do MBA degrees, you can do different type of professions. And do remember that the undergraduate degree is something which just starts you off. It doesn't mean that you have to devote your life to it. So there is always a second chance in life. It's not that there is only a last chance in life. So that's always something to remember before you take any unfortunate decision in your life. So I'm going to leave some videos on the end screen which are going to help you further in exploring topics related to life skills. And I will see you in a video sometime soon. See you then.